17. I am walking on the water because the Lord has told me to talk about this, and I haven't got notes on it. So I need to hear the Lord and obey him. 1 Kings 17:1. And Tony, would you read from 1 to 7, please?
And Elijah, the Tishbite, as the Lord God of Israel lives, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these days, except at my word. Then the word of the Lord came to him, saying, Get away from here and turn eastward, and hide by the brook Cherith, which flows into the Jordan. And it will be that you shall drink from the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed you there. So he went and did according to the word of the Lord. For he went and stayed by the brook Cherith, which flows into the Jordan. The ravens brought him bread and meat in the morning, and bread and meat in the evening, and he drank from the brook. And it happened after a while that the brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land.
Father, please help me as I share this. The fact is, the brook dried up because he had had a word from the Lord to say there would be no rain for 3 years. So we're not surprised that the brook dried up. And he was thirsty. The word of the Lord came to me, I can say, from Kathy Buckle's letter. And I sent out, we're praying for Zimbabwe, but this is for all of us. Because the word of the Lord is that which can be shaken will be shaken. That everything man-made in the world is going to be shaken. Not being ridiculous, but that means no electricity. That means no water. That means no food on the shelves. What are you going to do when that happens? Are you going to put your trust in the Lord? Or are you going to trust in man? The great problem is, it's great while we enjoy these amenities that we enjoy today. But what would you do when those dry up?
John,
taken away.
Surely a wise man that knows the word of God, wouldn't he use the wisdom that he's got and go out and buy tinned foods as such? Because we know what's coming.
Trust the Lord.
Yeah, I understand.
You understand? When the Lord says to you, do so.
Yeah.
And not before.
Okay.
And when the Lord says to you, trust me, you need to do so. Because you think Zimbabwe is bad at the moment. But we're all going to be in the same boat. A quarter of the Earth's population will die, according to the word of the Lord, which is written in the Bible. We need to trust the Lord, that we will hear from Him as time progresses. We will hear and we will obey, because that is the time when we will be able to turn to people and say, this is the word of the Lord. And you were talking to the people in the Natterjack, but this is what the Lord said. And they will listen. Amen. That's it. Which is, Jesus talks about the end times, part 5. And the final part. In 51 AD, almost 20 years after the resurrection, the Apostle Paul became the first to reveal the incredible secret that would become known as the rapture of the church. He did this in his earliest written communication. His first letter to the Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians 4, 16 and 17, please, Terry. 1 Thessalonians 4, 16 and 17.
For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord.
Now, Paul repeated it 4 years later in the letter to the Corinthian church. 1 Corinthians 15, 51 and 52. Please mark. 1 Corinthians 15, 51 and 52.
Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
From Thessalonians, we know that at the rapture of the church, the dead in Christ will rise first, to be followed immediately by believers who are left still alive. And concerning living believers, Paul's letter to the Corinthians explains that in the twinkling of an eye, will be changed from mortal to immortal, bypassing death altogether. Either way, in less than an instant, we'll arrive together in heaven. As an aside, those who dispute this doctrine claim that the word rapture doesn't appear in the English translation at all, either in Paul's letters cited above, nor anywhere else in Scripture, for that matter. And of course, they're correct. The original Greek word Paul used to describe the rapture in 1 Thessalonians 4:17, please die, 1 Thessalonians 4:17.
Then we who are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and thus we shall always be with the Lord.
The word caught up is the word HARPAZO. And it's usually rendered as caught up in the English version. Because of the growing dominance of the Roman Empire in biblical times, Latin was fast replacing Greek as the world's common language. And so almost about 400 years AD, the Bible was translated from Hebrew and Greek into Latin. HARPAZO became raptus, the Latin root of the English word rapture. It means the transporting of a place from, or of a person from place to place, especially to heaven. So it's the Latin version that gives the event its name. Our current English translations are taken directly from the earlier Greek text, and that's why the word rapture doesn't appear in any of them. But why didn't the Lord announce the whole issue of salvation for the Gentiles, including the rapture of the church, during his time here? I can only think of two reasons. Number one, Israel had to receive a bona fide offer of the kingdom. His commitment to them was clear. And we learned from Mark last week. The first time he sent the disciples out to minister, he told them, "Do not go among the Gentiles or enter any town of the Samaritans." Matthew 10:5. Matthew 10:5, please, Nancy.
Then these
12 Jesus sent out after instructing them, saying, "Do not go in the way of the Gentiles, and do not enter any city of the Samaritans."
And later, when the disciples asked him to respond to a Gentile woman whose daughter needed healing, he at first declined, saying, "I was only sent to the lost sheep of Israel." Pat, Matthew 15, 23 and 24. Matthew 15, 23 and 24.
And he answered them not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, "Send her away, for she crieth after us." But he answered and said, "I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel."
Before he could expand his ministry to the Gentiles, he had to fulfill the promise, his promise, to Israel. So just as he had offered reconciliation to the Amorites in Abraham's time, knowing in advance they will reject him, Genesis 15, 16. Genesis 15, 16.
Generation they shall come hither again for the iniquities of the Amorites is not yet fulfilled.
So in the same way, the Lord extended his offer of a kingdom to Israel. And of course, Israel did reject his offer, attributing the power of the miracles to Satan. Matthew 12, 22 to 37. Matthew 12, 23, 22 to 37. Eventually accusing him of blasphemy. Matthew 26, 65. Matthew.
Peter said to him, "Even if I have to die with you, I will not deny you." And so said all the disciples. Then the high priest tore his clothes, saying, "He has spoken blasphemy. What further need do we have of witnesses? Look now, you have heard his blasphemy."
This rejection was confirmed to them in the parable of the tenants. If you read Matthew 21, 13 to 44, it explains it. But the predetermined order of first the Jew, then the Gentile, had to be observed. And Mark explained that last week very thoroughly. Romans 1:16, please go. Romans 1:16.
For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God to salvation for everyone who believes, for the Jew first, and also for the Greek.
Prophetic scriptures tell us that Israel will get us another chance. And next time, they'll accept. Now, the second reason, knowing before history began that the Jews would reject him the first time, the Lord had always planned to extend his offer of salvation Gentiles were worse sinners than Jews, who at least made periodic attempts to obey. But for 4,000 years, the Lord had demonstrated through his people that no level of excellence in human behavior could ever meet his requirements for salvation. Even with the most complex religious system ever devised, the most expensive house of worship ever built, the most detail conscious people ever created, the most aggressive sacrifice of innocent blood ever undertaken. The final straw at the end of the law was 0 souls were saved through religious works. Romans 3:20. Are we up to there? Romans 3:20.
In your turn.
No, I just read it's
Okay,
Terry.
sorry.
Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin.
Well, he didn't convince them, but he did convince Satan. Satan believed that eventually all humanity would wind up lost. That is, with him. That is, Jew and Gentile alike. Surely then, the Lord would have to rescind his judgment against Satan. Isaiah 14, 16 to 21. Please mark. Isaiah 14, 16 to 21.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, that destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land, and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, and the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
After all, was he any worse than sinful mankind? Had they also rebelled, tried to set up their own kingdom, and even tried to become their own God? The God who is love couldn't stand by and let all his precious children go to hell just to punish Satan. Could he? And if he bent the rules for them, he'd have to bend it for Satan. Now,